What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ride the Six Motorcycle Channel. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video. I've just been really interested. I've been out riding the MV Agusta. We finally got some good weather coming into June here in Canada. Like, it's only June and we're just getting riding weather. It's crazy. So anyways, guys, I do have a problem with some braking on the MV Agusta F3. It is a common problem. A lot of people say they get some rear brake fade and stuff, and they end up bleeding the brakes continuously and stuff like that. I've been experiencing something a little bit different. My reservoir level that holds, I guess, the brake fluid, it's down on the low, so I've been losing brake fluid somewhere. I've seen it dripping out around the canister. I don't know why. I don't know if it's broken. So anyways, I've taken off pretty much the whole right hand side of the bike, the underbelly, the side fairing, because your rear brake master cylinder is right here, and it sits inside all those components of the bike. So in order to get access to it, you need to take off the whole right hand side of your bike. Anyways, guys, I found a couple things already. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you what I found. Maybe you've seen something similar on your MV Agusta. Maybe you've seen something different. Maybe we can all learn from each other. So let me give you a closer look at the rear master brake cylinder. And like, I've just taken the panels off, guys. I have not done any work on this section of the bike. What you're seeing here would have been the way it was from the factory. Let me try to get you zoomed in a little bit further here. There's a kink in the line right here. I gotta think this cannot be good for a rear brake situation. You can see the cable itself is almost folded over on itself. So that's the very first thing we're going to have to try to address. This could be maybe forcing the fluid back out of the reservoir, which is back here. And you probably can't see too well, but it is down on low, even though the bike's kind of on its side stand right now. It is on low, and I think maybe what's happening because of this kink in the hose here, every time I hit the brakes, the fluid's actually not going anywhere. It's essentially the pressure's getting pushed back up into the reservoir, and I've got brake fluid probably leaking out the top cap or something, and maybe that's where all my brake fluid's going. So yeah, first thing, guys, we're gonna try to, I guess, see if I can't unkink that hose. Maybe by just rerouting it a little bit different. Maybe giving it some more length. I don't really know, but I can tell you right now, that's a kink in a hose, a brake line hose, that's not supposed to be like that. Well, first things first, so it looks like MV Agusta uses some little rubber kind of straps around these lines, which is actually quite smart because rubber on rubber tends to not move. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna undo the straps. At first we're gonna just see if this cable, maybe the cable's not routed properly. I'm not really sure, but let's start here. Let's try to get these. Oh, they're kind of annoying. Not gonna lie, they're kind of annoying, but let's try to get. I got the first one off actually really easy. I'm just afraid I'm gonna rip them or break them or something. Okay, there we go. I've got the two rubber straps off. So now our cables are kind of free to move here. Yeah, like this hose is still kinked, man. I don't know. There's not even any more slack in this hose here. I'm not sure what it is I'm actually supposed to do. That is crazy. I don't even know how that would have got pinched. It's nothing I would have done, that's for sure. Alright, let me check that out. We might have to remove. It's probably going to get messy. I have a feeling we're going to have to remove this hose, and brake fluid's going to go flying everywhere. But at this point I don't know what else to do, because this hose, it looks like it's routed properly, and if it is routed properly, then why do we still have a kink down here in this part? It doesn't really make sense to me. Obviously, if I had a longer hose, we could undo the kink, but this is the hose that came with the bike. This is the manufacturer's recommended hose, I would suggest. And yeah, there's a kink right there. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. I'll figure something out. Well, the kind of crappy thing here, guys, there's a bolt right here. You can see my fingers on it. This is the bolt for the brake reservoir bracket for the rear. You can actually not get a socket on this bolt. Come around to the front, you can kind of see my finger hiding in the background there. That's the bolt for the rear brake reservoir. So the cool thing is, this one you can actually get a socket on. You can see I have a socket on it right now, and you can actually loosen the reservoir off. So it is kind of tricky, guys. There's not a lot of space. Like, you can see it's tight. You know, Italian bikes, they like everything small and compact, but the unfortunate drawback of it is it's obviously not as serviceable. So let me get that reservoir off, and I'll come back to you guys. So you can see I loosened it off with the socket wrench quickly, and then I just kind of stuck my other hand in behind, and I just unbolted the reservoir. So it is loose. Our reservoir is loose. Here we go. And I think what I wanted to do is I wanted to try to see if I couldn't get it out through the frame, and I can see that's probably not going to happen either. Of course. I don't know why they would put a reservoir there. It's super annoying. Like, how are you supposed to fill this thing? You know, if I disconnect it here, things is going to run everywhere. But yeah, I don't know, guys. It's loose. I'm going to top this back up, I guess, or I'm going to take all the fluid out of it, disconnect this whole hose assembly, and we're going to start, I don't know, maybe from the beginning, maybe try to redo it. I'm not sure, but yeah, so there you go. That's where it is. Pain in the ass. Alright, so I've now removed the, I guess the mounting bracket for the rear reservoir as well. It's another 8mm bolt, but you can only do this after you remove the reservoir itself. So reservoir first, and then you can remove the bracket. Now, the beautiful part is that now that the bracket is out of the way, this reservoir, I'm hoping, and I think it will, it's just a matter of finagling it the right way. I kind of wiggled it out before. So if I kind of push some of these other wires and cables out of the way, I think we can get this reservoir out through this hole. And there you go, guys. So yeah, you just gotta move your other cables out of the way a little bit, and your reservoir is out. Now, most bikes, you shouldn't have to do this, but it's just the mounting location of this reservoir on the bike. But you can see, look at the fluid level here in my reservoir. It's actually, it's on the lower end of the mark, so it definitely needed to be filled up anyway. And again, like, it was leaking around here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the seal isn't sealed properly. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to like take the cover off, check the seal, fill it up, and we're gonna see if it actually continues to leak, or see if we have another issue. Okay, guys, so I've got Darren here helping me now, just another set of hands. We're gonna remove this hose because this kink, I think we're gonna try to turn the hose around, put the kink up on this end, and just re-hose it basically. Alright, let's try to take that hose out. So you're gonna have to squeeze, yeah, and it should pull off.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's see how much mess it's gonna make.
Just work it off slowly.
It should just pull straight out.
Yeah, Can you?
Careful though.
Yeah, I don't want to. Can you see if we can get just kill it. Here we go. Okay, it's off.
Okay, pull it off. Yep. As expected, a little bit of fluid, not much. And all right. Well, we might as well drain this fluid out.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna drain the brake fluid out of the reservoir here, guys, and out of the line. Holy. Okay. So there we go, guys. We got the reservoir part. We got the hose apart. Yeah, there's still going to be some junk in there. I suppose we probably shouldn't have laid this hose in the brake fluid.
Won't hurt it.
All right. Where's the... Okay, so yeah, so this is, guys, this is the end that had the little kink in the hose. We're going to put this toward the top up here on the reservoir. Just flip it around. See, what I'm thinking, if we want a little bit more length...
There's enough here too. You might be able to get a ½ an inch here and a ½ an inch there, and that just might be enough.
Okay.
Temporarily.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens.
Before
here.
we go on though, let's open this up and have a look at what nonsense we can find going on in there.
And these clamps, guys, you kind of want to get them in the same spot, roughly. I can't really tell where that spot was.
Pretty close.
Actually, it looks pretty good. I'm just wondering, is it going to hit that bracket underneath? Best to rotate it downward, I think. Okay, so we've got the hose turned around on the reservoir. The kink's now up at the top, and our plan is when we put this other end back on down here that it won't kink back up, but we are not guaranteed at this point. Okay, guys, so I've topped up, we've reattached our hose, we flipped it around. I've topped up the reservoir with fresh fluid, and Darren's on the other side trying to vacuum the air out of it. Alright, guys, we're just bleeding the brakes here. We actually took the caliper off the rear wheel just to get better access. It's everything's just tight, guys. It's just tight spots.
Watch your fluid. Is it going down at all?
My fluid, yes, fluid is dropping a bit. Yep. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is dropping.
Yeah, it's going to be a while till we pull on it enough that we start pressurizing it.
Say, he just said pull on it. Yeah, pull on that bitch. Yeah, fluid levels definitely come down. We're down about, I'd say, almost halfway between low and high.
Okay.
So it's definitely bleeding through.
And here it comes now.
Are you getting air in the line?
There's a spot time.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Like, same problem that a lot of you guys are having. There's air in the rear brake line. He's seeing it when he's bleeding it out the other side.
How's your fluid there looking?
About halfway.
I'm just going to keep pulling on it till it comes.
Alright, guys, we're gonna keep bleeding the bike, and we'll come right back. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day. I just want to finish off the video. Just kind of do a brief overview of what we did. So we did work on the bike pretty late last night. One thing kind of led to another, and then the next thing you know, we had to take the tank off. There's a lot of things that we found on the bike that I wasn't really aware of. But anyways, the goal was to fix the rear brakes. I believe we have done that, so let me grab the camera, let me show you what we've done. So just to summarize what we did, guys, we removed the rear brake reservoir, we removed the rear brake reservoir bracket in order to get the reservoir out through this hole in the frame. We disconnected all the hoses, basically flipped the hose around. You can see down here now we have really nice curvature on the hose, not crushed and crimped and kinked up like it was before. Reran all the hoses up nice and clean. restrapped all the hoses. We basically refilled and bled the rear brake. We took the caliper off. We took the rear caliper off the bike to make it easier and check the pads and stuff. Still got lots of life in the pads. And yeah, put it back on the bike. Complete brake bleed. Got all the air out of the line. And I believe our rear brakes now are going to function pretty good. So I'm going to test ride it here in the next couple days. But the biggest thing is we got rid of this kink down here in the hose just by flipping the hose around. The kink's kind of now up there, but it's not as detrimental to the braking system. So I think we're good, guys. So let me know if you've seen this kind of similar stuff on your MV Agusta or any other bike. If you've seen kink brake lines, it's kind of strange. I don't know how that could have happened. I suspect it was a factory defect. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Special thanks to Darren for coming over, giving me a hand doing the brakes. It's kind of not something you can really do by yourself sometimes, so extra set of hands is good. Feel free to drop a comment, like and subscribe, guys. We'll see you in the next video, and ride safe.